Good morning, my garden gals and pals. How are you all doing this morning? I hope everybody's fine and enjoying the great weather that I think most of us are getting. We're in the 80s for this whole week, so it's summer in South Florida, which we're actually Zone 9B, considered Central Florida, but we get hit with early heat. Anyway, I just wanted to show you all the things I've been up to. It's middle of March, and if you've been watching me, you know that I have these 4 oblong planters that are really such workhorses. And then I have my clay pots. My world is small. You know, if you watch other sites and you're watching people with their, you know, 2 acres and 3 acres and 40 acres or whatever, I don't compare to that. But anyway, I have my own little world and I keep very busy, and you can see I have lots of things started, lots of little seedlings going around. But I just wanted to show you what I've been up to just these last few days. And that is these good old 4 oblong trays. If you have something like this, boy, you can grow a she-load of things in them all year round. But I did these, and I took them, and I bought these back in 1983. That really tells you something, doesn't it? I think they were probably $5 a piece, and they were always terracotta color, and they were great. And I'm always very good about keeping them clean, and I never pick them up by, yank it by the rim, and you see them where they get, chipped and broken. So a few years ago we had our house painted, and when they did, they painted my door blue and the garage door as well blue. So I took these 4 trays and I painted them blue because they sit out on my front steps. So it just leaves that color, just that little hint of color that comes back. And then we also did, blue cushions and stuff. So it kind of ties it all in together, and I'm sure you have things that you do. So, but anyway, I wanted to show you that I started 4 trays. I take coffee filters and I put down 2 and 2 because I only have 2 holes here. So that keeps all of my dirt from washing out. And I used a nice potting soil, but then the top of it, I took potting soil and I had some old screen, and I put the potting soil in there and rubbed it back and forth, and that just ground it into a finer mixture. And then I added vermiculite to it, and I let that be my top. And so I just wanted to show you what I'm doing here. Let me take these little stones off. I have some decorative stones that I keep around, and it works really well. Here, and this was my newspaper plastic that I saved, and I've planted my plants in that, but you can see how fine this mixture is. Now, I just planted these less than 48 hours ago, and I planted this gourmet blend of lettuce that we just love. It comes out, and it's green and it's red. Pretty, delicious, grows well in these pots. So if you find a winner, keep with it. So I'll put that one there. I'm not going to uncover all of these because I really have nothing to show you yet. But then I'm growing some green Bib lettuce. And then I just found these. This is just wonderful, this mustard. It's a Japanese giant red, and it's from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. And boy, what a wonderful company. Within 2.5 days, on the 3rd day, they were already starting to sprout, and I'll show you those in a minute. And then the 4th one is spinach. So what I wanted to do is, when you're coming up my steps, I like to have a nice visual leading to the door, and I have some amaryllis out there, and I have some mustard greens, and then I have some basil and spinach. So I like to do like reds and greens. And so the amaryllis are actually the apple blossom. So I'll have these coming up the steps, and that will be quite pretty, quite striking in another few weeks, I suppose. But anyway, these guys are going to be on those steps as well, and it'll be red, green, and I'll just dot them out there. But I wanted to show you these mustard greens. Now, again, it says, am I holding it correctly? Let me see what it says here on the side. It said sprouts in 5 to 8 days. Well, they're wrong. These were sprouted in 3 days, and this is their 10th day. Look at these. They're incredible. However, what they tell you about mustard seeds, you know, the mighty mustard seed is the tiniest seed, and it grows into this huge tree, that sort of thing. If you have bad eyes, good luck with this, because you'll find that you're gonna have little clusters coming out because they're so tiny you can't quite see them. But they will very gingerly pull them apart. I used one of my plastic forks and just coaxed them out, and that way I was able to just kind of separate them and put them in place. But again, this is only 10 days. I think that's pretty righteous. And then my other thing I wanted to show you, and I don't know if you're even going to be able to see it because it's so tiny, but I don't know if you can see just the beginnings of those little seedlings. Incredible, huh? Again, I used vermiculite, and I used worm castings that I have. And so you can see really how tiny these are. And this is a red creeping thyme. And if you Google this or look it up online, you'll see it's a really pretty ground cover. And this year, what I'm hoping to do is to put down some ground cover around some of my plants so that instead of me having to weed, that it'll kind of cover Mother Earth and take the place of maybe any grass or any weeds or whatever. And I'd like to lessen my grass and then, you know, plump up areas that are going to have color. So that's about all I'm doing. I mean, it is an everyday job, but I will let you know how these do. I figure in a week or so I'm going to have some nice sturdy little starts that I can show you. But the Amaryllis, of course, are the big, you know, they're the big show girls. And this particular variety is called Apple Blossom. And let me just run you around here real quick, if you have a minute. Thanks for staying. Here's my milkweed for the butterflies. I think you can see how pretty it is, and it's. We saw our first monarch butterfly yesterday. Was March 15th, and that's about when they're supposed to be here in Florida. But here you can see some more of the mustard seeds. Aren't they pretty? And then Baker's Creek also sent me some free tomato seeds that I put in my little newspaper cups here. Here's some tomatoes that I'm growing. I have some Bib Lettuce over here and some volunteer marigolds over here. And let me just show you real quick this is the red Amaryllis. Isn't that beautiful? I started out in 2008 with 1 red and 4 apple blossoms, and I probably have about 60 now. And I'll leave you with the bougainvillea. It's always the star, isn't it? Just beautiful. Like I tell you, each time they started out as 18-inch sticks. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day, and thanks so much for coming to visit me, and I hope to see you all real soon. Bye-bye.